Welcome to Blended Learning class. Today's our first day, and I thought to save a little bit of time, I would show you around Digication. That's our learning management system, known in the business as an LMS. So here we are, I'm on my home page, and I'm assuming that it's very similar for students. So I am going to go to my Digication sign-on, and I was already signed in earlier, so it's taking me, I believe usually you'll sign in over here with your UArts email and password. So here I am. I'm pretty sure this looks the same for you. As I said, I have no way of knowing that, but this is what I do. I ignore everything here and I go right down to my courses. So here we are. I'm going to click on Blended and Flip Learning, and it takes me to this page. This should look the same. And the first thing I do is go to discussions. Okay. Everything is lined up pretty much chronologically of the way the class will run. So the syllabus is here. I suggest that you print this. I think it's only 2 or 3 pages, but I mean, unless you're totally happy having it online, but I do like to have a print when it's a short document like this, a printout. So back up, come here, introduce yourself. Some of you have already done this, so you can go through this link or through the email I'm going to send out when I attach this screencast to it. You go here, you click on to Flipgrid, and you will see a couple of your classmates, only one so far and me, have already introduced. So please do that, okay? I'm going to back up here, back to discussions. There's 3 sections here, all about weekly discussions, all about put it into practice, that's PIP, mini lesson web tools, and all about weekly reflection. So let's start with weekly discussions. Okay, click this on, and it's going to explain that each week we will have a different discussion, but we are not going to have our discussions on the Digication site. I find Digication to be a little bit dismal. I like color, so we are going to go here out to the Google world, and here we are. I already put up a couple prompts, so today's the first day. You can get started. Here's the discussion topic. Also, you would do it, well, for you, you would start up here. Your icon would show here. What do you want to share? And just put at the top week 1 discussion, and then respond to this. And I assure you, everything will move accordingly. It's surprisingly organized. So that's our blended and flipped learning Google Plus discussion community. Let's go back to our discussion modules. Each of these is a module. Here we are at the mini lesson. Same thing. Head over to the interactive presentation Google Plus and share whatever little lesson you make up. So here's another link to the Google Plus, but right here you're going to see 54 flipped classroom tools for teachers and students. You're also going to see tech tools of the flipped classroom, and that's each of these links will take you out into the internet to lists. If you'd like to start out small, go up here to ePortfolios, click that on, and you will see here a list that I made. I've tried all of these. So these are just simple tools that you can get started with if you're not familiar. Some of you might be very familiar with these, especially if you took my last class, or you've used them in your practice already. So these are just a couple of tools to get you started, okay? I am going to go back here, back up to my discussion list. I always go back to discussion. That's, actually I'll list them. I usually go to list all. So we went over the tools. Now we're going to go over weekly reflections. And this is a bigger part of your grade. As you know by the syllabus, these are 5 points each week. So 15 points total for the discussion, 15 points total for the web tools. These are the more substantial grading where you will write a 2-page paper in MLA format that includes a clear thesis, relevant information or statistical data from the sources you read, as well as your own understanding. So I'm fine with you sharing part of your own experience, but you must be academic as well. This assignment is submitted through Digication. So this assignment for all 3 weeks, the weekly reflections, as well as the final project and paper will be submitted through Digication. For everything else, you're going out to the Google Plus community for the weekly discussion and the sharing of the tools. And the reason is we're learning from each other. So if someone comes up with a great mini lesson idea and someone else can use it, this is great. So we will share mini lessons and inspire each other. So to submit, you would just hit submit reply. Actually, let me do that so you can see. And you could say, actually you don't have to say anything because your name will pop up and you just choose a file. And then you could submit a Word doc, okay? Or a Google Doc, whatever you prefer. Okay, so let me go back to our list. Here is week 1 discussion forum. So perhaps today or tomorrow, you will have time to read through the sources. Although for the discussion forum, they're more informal. So it's not actually necessary that you do that. Of course, you'll need that for your final reflection. But if you want to get started on the discussion forum today, that's fine. So let's head over. We click this, you go here, and it takes us back out. Here's our topic. Are you already using blended learning practices in your classroom? To what degree? Is this something your entire school practices? So you're just going to answer here in an informal way, and each of the weeks is the same. It's just an informal question. Okay, that's the discussion forum. The same is true of the tools for week 1. You'll go out into the Google Plus community to share. So you can see it's week 1. There's 3 modules. Week 2 has the discussion, the tool, and the reflection, 3 modules. Week 3, the exact same. For the final paper project down here all by itself, we'll click that on, and this is worth 25% of your grade. So understand that the small things are building, preparing you for the final paper project. But as I say that, in a 3-week class, for example, I teach a college writing class. We work for 2 months, and then the last 6 weeks we're working on a giant paper, an argument paper that uses sources and perhaps things we built on in the semester. In a 3-week class, it's not possible to do that. So I strongly suggest that you read through this final paper and project. And I realize that some of you may not have experience with blended learning, but you'll learn something this first week. The videos and the readings plunges right into it. So start thinking already about what you would like, some ideas that you would like to write your final paper on. And I always say go by the things that interest you. So if student engagement or, I don't know, whatever it is that when you're in the classroom or in your career, I'm not sure if all of you are teachers, that there's something you want to work on, and that's always my starting point. So keep that in mind as you're reading the source materials for this coming week and see if anything stands out. I'm not going to go through this. You can go, you can read it. It's just a bigger weekly reflection. I tried to make, timing wise, there was just no other way to get away from having this paper because I couldn't just have 2 weeks of work and then a final paper. There's certain standards that you have to have for a graduate class and what should be expected. So understand that this was pretty much the only way that I could do this. With that being said, please read through it as soon as possible so you know what's coming and you can plan and perhaps take notes. Um, I'm not sure if there's anything else you need to know. The e-portfolios, I have a couple of things here. And the reason I use the e-portfolios this class is it makes it easier for linking. So there's some resources here. Not that you will have time for extra readings, but if you want to copy and paste this list for after the class, there's some really great resources here and websites. These are pretty much the best of the best. So check those out. And I'm not sure of your access to Digication after the class ends. So all you have to do is copy and paste this and all the links come with you and save it on your computer. Back here, the blended learning blogs. Again, these are some great blogs for experienced and beginner. You can see EdTech for beginners, 10 excellent educational blogs to follow that are on the bottom. There's just so much out there to weed through that these are tried and true, so check them out. Okay, and then finally, I went over this before. If you do not want to go out into the internet and try the 50 tools and look around, these are some apps that you can use for the little weekly lessons that I have personally used. They're very easy. Some of you may already use all the Google apps for education, but you'll notice Flipgrid even that you're using to introduce yourself. Go on the website and check it out. There's so many great ways to use Flipgrid as a blended learning tool. You know, the teacher can create a lecture and the kids access it at home, and then you come back for the discussion. So you can have them take notes during your lecture at home, but go on the website, go on each of these websites and check them out. And if you try anything and it gets a little frustrating, everything is in the beginning, but just keep going and go on Google and see some sample creations. Okay, class, I'm going to go back to our home here. I think that's it. If you have any questions, I am sending my phone number in the email, so please give me a call. Just send me an email telling me what time it might be because I'm teaching, I'm in and out as well. But remember, discussions is where it all starts. I don't have to click on because I'm on the home page. Everything you need is here pretty much in chronological order. Okay, have a great day. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you.